let's move to our wow. That was time flies, but let's move to our last
Yeah.
segment.
Yeah.
Um, so we're curious because there's different ways you can go about the hobby, right? Like actually, I think that's one of the nice things about the hobby. Like there's no set strategy or go-to thing to do that everyone has to follow so that everyone makes money. Like you can make money in different ways. You can start your own break. You can, I don't
Mhm.
know, if you're feeling lucky for a month, you can join breaks, or you can buy a lot of PSA 10s, flip. You can do a lot of grading submissions. There's a lot of ways to go about it. But for you in particular, you've submitted cards for grading, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's something I have not personally done yet because, uh, fun fact, I have really, really bad eyesight. Like, I don't have an eye for grading at all. Like, if you tell me, like, this is a PSA 9, okay, I'm just gonna say, oh, nice, all right, it's a PSA 9. Like, if it was raw, I'll be like,
Yeah.
yeah, centering, that's about it, all I can tell.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, for you, how's the process of grading or submitting cards for grading, if you can walk us through that?
Mm, for me kasi innately, OC ako eh.
Okay.
I'm a neat freak.
I think that's good.
So yeah. So with cards, like I said, I've been into them for a while now. And I've seen like many come and go in front of me. So I know what to look at naman in a way. But if I were to give a tip, um, it's to just manage your expectations when buying raw, especially when you're buying from a place like eBay, because the card's condition is limited to the photos of whatever the
Right.
seller posts. Of course, it's going to be different when you see it in person. So as soon as you get it in person, make sure to look at it under different light. And I actually have this. This is a jeweler's loop.
Hey, okay.
So this is what I use to look at the surface. And like, dude,
Mm.
you'd you'd freak out. Like if you saw cards under this, parang
Holy shit, dude, bro.
you'd you'd see
Okay.
things na you'd never see before.
Would you see like
So
could you see fingerprints with that? Nah.
fingerprints are like kita pa yun with the naked eye.
Yeah.
Pero mga print line, refractor line, small micro scratches, whatever
Mm.
surface imperfections. This is like it has saved my life. Like
Oh.
kasi I've
Oh.
gotten a raw card na I looked at. Tapos, to the naked eye, parang, okay, this looks really good. But when I put it under natural light and then saw it under this, it's like, ang dami palang flaws. Like, especially the edges is
Yeah.
something people overlook. The corners,
Yeah.
like they may not look white at first glance, but then when you look at it under the loop, you'll see
Yeah.
everything talaga.
Dang. That's pretty new, man. Like
Yeah.
edges. I'm always like, why do people grade the edges? Like, what's it always looks clean to me. But,
There's always some sort of like fraying. Lalo na pag 90s. Kasi my last submission was actually puro Kobe.
okay.
So it's really hard to find clean raw copies of those cards now. So when I got them, my expectations were set really low, and I just sent the best candidates. Like I don't have this unlimited amount of money, parang I can just send it and then live with the result. Like I had to really choose and handpick whatever it was I felt like was gonna grade well, and then the results like really paid off. I got a really good result on that submission.
Okay.
So to everyone who's listening, like my this is not advice that you should listen to, but it's just my personal experience. But get one of these, like just on Shopee, just get one.
Is that
And
called?
then
What do people have to search for that?
Loop, Loupe.
LOE.
Y-
Alright.
Do you remember how much?
It's like less than 100.
Oh wow. Okay.
Simple tool, man. Simple tool
Yeah.
to save you how much money, man.
Yeah, and then look at it under different lights. So Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but then it's helped me a lot. Like by no means am I an expert on this, but my sample size is actually pretty small. But based on my recent experience, it's done me pretty good.
Yeah, and I mean, when you're talking about grading, it's all about um, trying to get the best grade possible. And if you're gonna spend like what 100 pesos to help you out on that, then
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
yeah, you
it's
do that.
yeah, you do it like you run with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially with the fees now. The fees now are crazy. I think the lowest fee right now is like 3K for 30 days. I
mm,
saw recently in
for BGS, I think PSA
as
is
for
closed.
BJ's. Yeah, PSA is closed.
yeah. I think it's
So
300
actually,
bucks right now to grade at PSA.
Super Express, yeah. So
Yeah,
you can only send like big cards talaga.
yeah. I mean, surprise. No, not really surprisingly, but there's still people out there sending Lamelo base cards actually because right now at least the math still works out if you pull them in a break. Since like if you pull them in a break, let's say it's 2,000 pesos, and then grading's like 15K, so that's 17K, and then last sold was 40K. It's still a win. Lalo
Yeah,
na yung nakabenta ng 1.8 pa.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if I were to give a price point for Lamelo, probably within the teens to 20K range would be a fair amount
Um, I'd put
for you.
his raw base at around probably 100, About right about the price where Ja is at now.
Mm, right.
Not before, not the Ja before, Ja
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'd put it. I think
Yeah.
that's fair. Like if you can get one in the next few months or in the off season for about $100, 4.8, 5.5, I think that's decent na.
Yeah.
Just get rid of it kagad, of course. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
sell it again.
Yeah. I'd wait probably till next season because like recently actually I've been in a consolidation phase as well. Like I had so much prism base that I was betting on within this season, which some of them worked out, some of them didn't, but a lot of my winners sort of carried the whole portfolio, so I'm still in the positive. But now I'm moving into a lot of low pop uh, stuff and non prism stuff. I think I only have one prism left actually, which is a
Yeah.
big drop off from I think I had at one point 50 base prism PSA tens of like different
Yeah.
people.
Mm.
So now we have one left. um, but yeah, it's cool that you came on and talked about consolidation because like Myko also went on a consolidation phase for this Kobe,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So it's cool that you were able to like um relate to that because I feel like oh yeah, for the people listening, like the reason Myko and I are talking more now, we wanted to switch it up. Instead of like a student teacher type of episode,
Yeah.
more like a
I'm no teacher.
conversational.
Like to everyone
Yeah.
listening, I'm no
Yeah,
teacher.
yeah. This is a conversational
I'm just like
episode.
you guys. Like
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
just wanted to share my experience. So far, it's been really good. So
There's one thing I want to bring up actually before we end things. I think it would be really nice for you to talk about it because when you were talking about it with me, like I had no idea about it, and it's also related to grading. I remember we were talking about like before grading. I mean, before sending it to be graded, research how many were submitted and how many came out as a 10.
oh
Right?
yeah, gem rates.
Yeah, gem
Mm,
rates. Yeah, if you could talk about it, I think that would be really helpful for our listeners before they submit for grading.
So basically for gem rate, you just look at the total pop of the card and then how many of which were PSA 10s. So that's how you find out like if a specific set grades well. So typically for Prism, majority are 10s. For older sets, the gem rates are like way lower. So there's actually this card I bought, the EX2000 Kobe. I don't have my numbers right, like I don't memorize it, but it's something like 1% PSA 10 or less.
Wow.
Wow.
And I got a
Is it really
9.
rare?
I got a 9.
Not bad.
Okay, not
Yeah.
bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was actually one of the hardest cards to grade like in history. The EX2000 rookie. Like I think I have a picture. I don't have it with me yet.
So it's still at PSA? Or...
Yeah, the grades just popped. So it's this one.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, this is a super tough grade. And I got a 9. And the 9 at one point did 9K US. Now it's
Sheesh.
sitting at about 4.
How much did you get the raw?
15.
Woo!
Look at that smile, man. That's the smell of a collector.
The guy I grade with, he was like, dude, who sold this to you raw? But that's highway robbery. So if he watches this, I'm sorry. I hope he doesn't actually. I hope he doesn't.
Man,
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
Yeah,
not everyone, I would say, is gonna go down on the grading path because some people don't have. Not everyone has the eye. Number one,
means-
and number two, not everyone has the patience.
it's daunting,
Right.
dude. Like, it's a daunting task. Like at one point, I really lost my shit. Na parang fuck. Like when is this gonna pop out? Like I have my money nakaipit sa grading. Syempre, diba? So,
Right.
yeah.
and then when
When
the
did you submit
results,
that?
December, I sent it on a 10-day. So actually, another cool story from that was I bought a BGS 9 Gold Wave courtside of RJ Barrett. I cracked it, I resubmitted it, and it got a 10.
Wow.
So that's something you can look into also. Cracking BGS labs and resending to PSA, because a lot of them are like yung through 9 or meron silang 8.5 na grade somewhere and it's the surface, or usually ano lang yan like hindi siya napupunasan or
Right.
there's a print line. So I actually found like this fat print line in the sa baba, and then I was like, if this is the only flaw, like there's no way this is just a 9. Like those print lines on hypers, Myko, I'm sure you
Yeah,
know those.
right. For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the only one? That's the only
Yeah,
issue?
that's the only flaw. So I sent it in, it got a 10. And that's another.
Wow.
Wait, but so did you do anything to like take out the print line? Obviously, you can't take it out, right? You just
No,
then
it's
it comes
just
out at 10.
it's just something that PSA is more lenient with, like the disconnect print line. I don't have a card in hand to show you that has it.
Right,
Pero
right. Yeah. Damn. Alright.
BGS hits it for the surface, and PSA kind of ignores it sometimes if you're lucky.
Yeah.
So in that case, I got lucky.
Yeah, and it was a what BGS 9.
Yeah, at three 9.5s and an 8 surface.
So even if it did go for a PSA 9, it's still slightly above BGS 9, right?
Yeah, for sure. But that would probably put me at like break even if it got a
With the
9.
grading cost.
Yeah, so I was willing to take
Yes.
that risk. Like it was calculated naman. So that's an interesting thing. Like, I have yet to do it again. I intend to because of the discrepancy of price between BGS and PSA. But yeah, there's opportunity there also for the more patient collectors.
Right.
And when PSA opens up again, of course.
Right. All right. So one last question before we let you go. Okay, obviously, when you're uh, evaluating cards for grading, you look at the condition. So that's a big factor. But what, like, for sure, you don't just submit any card that looks
Yeah.
clean, right? So what makes you think that okay, I want to submit this, and I don't want to submit that? Like, what's your thought process on what to submit besides the actual condition of the card?
I usually submit short prints.
Okay.
So a lot of my friends know this. I'm super big on select courtside. So not a lot of people know, but that's actually a really short print card. I think the print run of the base is at around 800 to 1,000 lang,
That's print
and that's
run.
that's print
Oh
run.
wow.
And if you look at the pop of that card, like okay, I have this one in front of me. This is pop 22
SGA.
courtside PSA 10, and
That's
then another one is
what else you got?
this tie dye.
Yo,
RJ.
that looks so
Yeah.
good, bro.
So this is pop 5, but this is
Top
serial numbered.
five.
This is serial numbered. So even the base versus the numbered, grabe, like 22 to 5, parang dikit lang, di ba?
Yeah.
Versus like numbered prism to base prism, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So there's also a lot of value in
Low pop.
undervalued stuff like that. Select courtside. So it actually gained a lot of traction recently. Luckily, like I was able to do my research, and that was one of the first things I started buying up.
All right. Well, that went by really quick.
Really quick, man.
But yeah, before you head out, is there anything you'd like to plug in or promote?
No naman, just probably say hi to my friends, to whoever's watching,
Hey,
or whoever's gonna watch.
Alright. All right, so there you have it, guys. That was our episode. Quick recap, man. We had a good talk about the NBA and how Keen started this card collecting. Man, to anyone who's watching, I hope you felt that nostalgia if you collected as a little kid,
Yeah,
opening a pack. I think that was where time passed by for us when we were talking about that. And man, Joaquin gave us some tips on before getting your cards graded. So yeah, thank you so much again, Joaquin, for coming on the show, man. Thank you so much.
sure. My pleasure. It was fun. Thanks for having me.
All right, there we have it. So yeah, guys, once again, I'm your co-host, Myko.
And I am your host, Justin Alvarado. And quick shout out over to our friends at wayback.ph for supplying uh, this top that I'm wearing. Head over to wayback.ph on Instagram for your hand-picked vintage and streetwear. You can buy, sell, and trade worldwide. All items are sanitized and ready to wear. And check out the hashtag waybackavail for available items. And there you have it.
Yes, sir.
Once again, Joaquin Anareta, Myko Garcia,
Thank you so much,
Justin
man.
Alvarado. This is the MVP podcast. And don't forget, do it different.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. If you dig that video, please don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to our channel. And last but not least, don't forget to click the notification bell so you don't miss out on any video.